friends and old friends and friends who may be passing through just based on the whole CPAP thing in the title of this video. Hello and welcome. Hi. It is Monday and I don't have any mail to share with you this week, so I thought I would do a CPAP diary. That and the fact that I did mention that I'd do another CPAP Diaries video last week, I believe. I don't know. What even is time? But hi. Welcome. The lighting might be a little bit different because I'm actually recording this a bit earlier than I usually would, like hours earlier than I usually would. And yeah, I think I might be becoming a morning person, which is totally weird, but I will back up. Hi. If you're new here, I'm Silver Nix, your resident zine enthusiast, hanging out in rural Australia. In late July or August or something like that, I found out that I have severe sleep apnea. And so it was severe enough that it was kind of like the pressure is on, the race is on, get yourself a CPAP machine as soon as possible. And thanks to the wonderful kindness, generosity, and support of wonderful people, I was able to make things work and get a CPAP machine. And I wish I had prepared a little bit more. I don't have the dates on me of when everything started, but it's been about a month. It's been about a month that I've been using the CPAP machine, probably a bit less or more, or I don't know, time stuff. Anyway. So it's been a significant amount of time. I've gone through the process of testing out various masks, deciding on which one I like, testing different air pressures and things like that. And if you're interested in the technical side of things, like the numbers and whatnot, let me know and I can totally get into that as well. This is very much off topic for the channel otherwise, and still relatively new territory for me in regards to learning about sleep apnea and CPAP machines and how that all works. So yes, just feel free to ask any questions or ask for any information or make requests for any potential future CPAP diary video. So, hi. I really should have prepared more. So that hasn't changed. I am usually not prepared and a bit scattered all over the place. I do have some notes, however, but yes, getting adequate sleep and adequate oxygen to my brain over the course of the night hasn't helped me necessarily in regards to my organizational skills. So Asimov wants a cuddle. Hello, Asimov. He's been very much a sook lately. Not sure what's going on with him. Now he just wants to sit on my desk because he knows he's not supposed to. Anyway, so hi, good morning. I hope you've all have had a wonderful weekend and stuff like that. It's been a bit of a roller coaster lately around the zine cave, but that is okay. Because that's life, and I must admit that now that I get what are you doing? Now that I am getting adequate sleep and oxygen to my brain at night and not tossing and turning all the time and everything like that, I do feel like I'm getting a bit more resilient. I think I mentioned in the last CPAP diary, or maybe even the first, I can't remember, that moods. Nobody warned me about moods. Now, it was very good at first. Like, I had a very high mood. I was like, yes, oxygen is amazing. I'm running around and I'm like bouncy, pretty much manic Nix running around and all excited because I suddenly had all this energy I was not used to having, and it made that much of a huge difference even just on the first night, which was totally amazing. However, that rubber band did snap back and I did have moods on the other side as well that I had to deal with. So I wanted to start with that because if there's anything that I was not prepared for with the whole CPAP thing, it was the moods, that's for sure. What goes up must come down, I guess, that sort of thing. And I went up, 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 and I went down, down, down. But I'm finding equilibrium slowly. It's still it's like rediscovering who you are, but not in any sort of guidebook way. There's no workbook for this. All I can do is kind of hang on and try to observe, which is what these diaries are all about. So I feel like I'm just so all over the place. But it wouldn't be me if I wasn't a bit scattered at least. Anyway, so yes, the moods are the big thing that I wanted to mention first off, because nobody mentioned it. They did mention, the sleep tech did mention that some people find that their depression is alleviated by being on a CPAP machine and getting that adequate sleep, which is a wonderful thing. I am usually different anyway with these sort of things, so maybe I should have, in hindsight, maybe I should have been prepared for some sort of bounce around as far as moods go, but I wasn't. So if you're looking at getting a CPAP, be forewarned, you could be fine, your moods could be stable and everything like that, or there is a possibility you could react like me and it's suddenly like, oxygen, yes! And then I was so happy and know what's going on. So that was very, very difficult to deal with. I'm just to put it right out there. It was very difficult to deal with, but I am, as I said, finding equilibrium, so that's good. That's good. Goodness knows. Calm breathing. Just checking my notes here. Yay, notes. Let's see. So, as I think I mentioned, I don't know, I did a couple takes of the intro and now I'm already confused, but the lighting might be a little bit different because I'm recording this earlier than I usually do, and I'm kind of becoming a morning person. Now, being a morning person is different for some people, or different for a lot of people. Like, some people, being a morning person is getting up at 4 a.m. For me, becoming a morning person means I'm waking up at like 6:30, which is a whole new world for me. So to be out of bed, stretch, showered, I actually blow-dried my hair today, which I usually never have the energy for, and all that, and ready, sitting here in front of the phone camera by 9 a.m. is very, very different for me. And I was starting to wake up earlier pretty fast as far as when I started. I think I had a couple of nights where I slept like 10 hours on the CPAP machine. And then, I've come down to about an average of 8 hours. The sleep tech told me that most people need between like 7 and 9 hours. Like, that's a healthy range for sleeping. I think that, I'm not sure how I feel about those numbers because there's so many different factors, but as far as an average goes, it makes sense. And so you have an app that goes along with the machine, and I seem to be averaging out about 8 hours. So that's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. But it's still doing my head in. I'm like, I'm up this early. Like, to accomplish things before 9 a.m. is so weird to me. Like, yesterday I had to recreate my stock tracking sheet because I now am moving things onto Ko-fi. I do still have Etsy, but I'm moving things onto Ko-fi as well, and we'll be selling more physical items there soon. I have just digital up there right now, and so I had to recreate my whole spreadsheet to track, okay, what's listed both in digital and physical form on both platforms. Anyway, and so I did that. I recreated the spreadsheet, the table, and everything like that. I had my coffee. I do still drink coffee because I enjoy coffee. But yes, I'd had my coffee. I had done my spreadsheet. I'd color coded it. I'd gone through Etsy and Ko-fi to make sure I had all the things accurate as far as what stock was on each one before 9 a.m. yesterday. That is so weird for me. There's probably going to be some very angry person going, "Oh, you're doing that before 9 a.m., here's your gold star." okay, I'm not trying to make anybody angry. Like, we all have different life experiences and perspectives and stuff like that. This is new for me. This is waking up to 6 hours earlier, feeling rested. It's feeling so much more rested than I usually do, and accomplishing things before I'd even be waking up usually. So this is, wow. It's a whole new world. It really is a whole new world. And I'm still learning and experiencing and all that stuff. It's brilliant though. The one thing though that, the one thing that got me kind of thinking that I wasn't sure how I felt about the whole 7 to 9 hours thing is because, how to explain? There are different kinds of tired, or at least I've always said, like, I don't know if I've always said, but I've often said there are different kinds of tired. There's brain tired, like your brain fog and you just need to sleep and you can't think, you can't focus, can't concentrate, all that stuff. There's body tired, which is obvious. And then there's soul tired. Soul tired is when you're tired of like the entirety of existence, and I won't get into that today. But there's definitely a difference between body tired and brain tired. And I have found that while my brain has been obviously getting the oxygen that it needs overnight, my body has been finding those rhythms and getting into those proper rhythms. So I am sleeping, I am going through these sleep cycles that are functioning, I guess they're supposed to be, at least as far as I know. And that's all well and good. However, that said, there's still brain tired and body tired, and I find that while my brain is ready to be up and ready to go and rearing to go at 6:30, sometimes 5:30, I wake up, it's like, okay, brain has slept, my body's still not ready for that. And that could be like chronic fatigue. That could be well, I have a rather big list of possibilities of conditions of what could be contributing to that. They could all be contributing to that. Not to mention the rubber band snapback of my mood, like depression makes you tired. So I'm not thankful, but I'm almost kind of thankful in a way that I did have chronic fatigue issues before all of this, because I know how to cope. Like, I've been through the mourning process of being an active brain trapped in a body that isn't able to do much. That like, it's not, oh, it's just willpower. It's not, it's not willpower. Trust me. It's a little bit of a bugbear there, but I'm going to let it pass. Anyway, but so I do have experience with being the awake brain in the very, very tired body. So I think I'm coping with it better than I would have without that experience. I would have been like, what's going on? Is the CPAP not working? All of that sort of thing. So I think the point I want to make is that, like, there's brain tired, body tired, and when you're on the CPAP, they don't just suddenly all sync up and we're happy, more energy and stuff like that. It's all good. I did definitely have a lot of that. I had the rush of the energy and things like that and bouncing all over the place. But but now my body is taking a lot longer than my brain to get used to things, to make the most out of all that oxygen. And the sleep specialist in Adelaide actually explained it, that, you know, your brain gets all the gets the bulk of the oxygen first. Your brain is like, nom nom nom, all the oxygen is mine. And then what the brain doesn't use, it'll get passed on to your heart, and then it'll get like there's an hierarchy of what gets fed by the oxygen. Now, this is coming from the sleep specialist. This is not me. I'm not any sort of medical professional. So it does make sense that your brain could catch up, so to say, before your body does. And so I'm trying to be patient, which, if you know me, is something I'm really not good at. But I am trying to be patient and just let my body do what it needs. And it's been interesting to I think if I don't know, if you have like lighter sleep apnea or something like that, I don't know what it's like. I was definitely like severe, this is a very bad thing, we need a CPAP now. Like it wasn't me like panicking or anything. It was the professional people, the specialists were telling me, yeah, this needs to happen now. Because of how bad it was. So I don't know what it's like at like moderate sleep apnea or things like that. But I would say that even if it is moderate or anything like that, like if you're starting on a CPAP, self-awareness is essential, because otherwise you might just be along for the ride, so to say. Because there have been so many things I've been discovering about myself that I just didn't think about. And for example, I have had sleep apnea for a long time. If I go by symptoms alone, I have had it for a long time. But one thing that came with that is that I was used to tossing and turning for ages before sleep, but along with it, I was used to having time to think. Yes, I was tossing and turning, and I would go to sleep very, 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 very slowly. But during that time, I would think about the day. I would think about the next day. I would process. I would contemplate. I would make plans. Like as frustrating as it was trying to get to sleep, that long stretch of time was my processing time. And so after I started the CPAP, I fall asleep. I don't know how fast I fall asleep. I haven't like timed it or anything. But whereas it might have taken me, I don't know, 40 minutes to fall asleep before, I would be surprised if it took me more than 10 minutes to fall asleep now. It's that dramatic of a difference. But the thing is, I wasn't having that contemplation time and that contemplation / processing time, and it took me a while to finally click onto that fact, because I have been feeling so lost and out of sorts, and like I can focus, but I'm having a hard time focusing and everything like that. I feel a little bit overwhelmed and all this stuff, and it finally clicked. I haven't been having my processing time. Like, I didn't realize how essential that was. Something that just kind of happened naturally over time because it took me forever to go to sleep, and I didn't use like music or anything to try to sleep, or white noise or whatever. So I just had that thinking time, and suddenly not having that thinking time, like I didn't click on that, boom, hey, that's actually gone now. But B, I didn't click on right away how much of an impact that had on me. So yes, I have switched over, or I'm trying to have like quiet contemplation time in the morning, just thinking about yesterday, thinking about what's ahead today, and that sort of thing. But yeah, it's self-awareness during this process. It has been absolutely, I want to say essential, but I suppose it's not. I don't know if I want to say essential, but I'm not sure if that's exactly the right word. But for me, it has been such a big part of making this whole CPAP, sleeping properly experience, like taking it to the highest level it can be. Just having my notes and having the diaries, and it does help. It did help. They're over now, but for 4 weeks, I think so, I had weekly meetings with the local sleep tech just to go over my reports and talk about any issues or anything like that. And so that definitely helped with the self-awareness. But yes, I haven't been keeping a CPAP specific diary other than in the form of these videos. But yeah, even in those videos, I'm glad that I have them, because I don't want to forget all these things. Because I really do. Like, people say, I think people say a lot that sleep impacts so much. Sleep impacts more than you know. And you hear it and you go, yeah, that makes sense. But then to actually experience it, I was like, oh, I had no idea. Like, it's not just having proper sleep impact so much or having improper sleep impact so much. It's like a wound. Like, if you're not sleeping properly, there's scar tissue that forms around that. And like that contemplation time that I meant. There's a Maggie singing right outside the window. I love Maggies. Anyway, this forms the scar tissue, and that contemplation time was part of the scar tissue, and like now I'm, say, to extend the metaphor, now I'm suturing up the wound properly and getting rid of that scar tissue. But yeah, there's just a lot that you get used to, a lot of coping mechanisms, a lot of things you do and work around to function in your life that you might not even realize until you're sleeping properly. So, anyway. So, hi! Good Monday morning from the land of Australia! And from the Maggies outside. I don't have my windows open. I wish I did, because then you could hear the beautiful songs. Beautiful magpies. Anyway, so, hi. Welcome to a new week. So that's, this is a very rambly video. It's only to share a few thoughts. I don't have like amazing graphics or anything, or even really cohesive notes as such, but I wanted to check in and say hello and just, yeah, continue on this journey of whatever it is. People warn me, have patience, things will take time, and yeah, I think the more subtle things are taking time, that's for sure. Body rhythms are definitely taking time and all of that, but yeah, I'm going to be taking this week to try to steady my schedule out, or get a schedule going, and all of that good stuff, and try to incorporate yoga once more, because I do really love yoga. So there's that. But anyway, we're getting on into all of this stuff with any luck. Let's see, this is the week of the 9th, so this week or next week, I will have the Zine Remo 2023 calendar coming out. So if you are interested in a month of zining that is low stress, I always try to make it low stress and not like intense activities every single day, because nobody needs that, especially in November. So keep an eye out for that. I'll be sharing it on my socials and everything like that. So yeah, I will wrap this up here and say hi. Thank you for following along with all of my various adventures, and of course, big hugs to everyone who supported me in getting the CPAP machine. It has changed my life, and I hope you all give yourself credit and feel good, because you have changed a life for the better. So thank you with all of my heart. And yeah, so I will wrap it up. Hopefully we'll have some mail to share next year. But next year, my goodness, what would I do if there was no happy mail for the rest of the year? Perish the thought. Anyway, so hopefully I hope I will have some mail to share with you next week. But until then, next one might be about Zine Remo. Next one might be Happy Mail. We'll see what happens. Crossing fingers, knocking on wood for a good week ahead. Until next time, invest in your health. Make some zines, have some fun, enjoy whatever season you're having, and spread a little sunshine.